Yo, what's up guys? AFC Dino here, playing in a semi-final of Ravens tournament. This time up against Lucifer. I don't think this guy needs an introduction because he won a lot of the previous tournaments lately. So we can definitely expect a very difficult battle. I think I'm gonna lead off with Gyarados as it beats his Scizor, Mamoswine, and Nidoking. But yeah, he goes into his Magnezone, and his Magnezone actually has an air balloon, so I cannot stay in there. I think I'm just gonna bring in Umbreon, because my Mamoswine cannot touch the Magnezone yet, not until his balloon popped, and that will be a very difficult task for me. So let's see what happens. Okay, Umbreon comes out, and let's see what he does. He goes for the Volt Switch. Yeah, there was really nothing I could do against it, so this is probably the best thing I could have done. Now his Scissor might come out, or just goes into Blissey, trying to poison this Umbreon. There are some things he can do. At least he doesn't go into his Nidoking. Could also go into Mamoswine, trying to get up the Stealth Rocks. And he should... what else can he do? At least I'm expecting the Blissey or the Scissor to come in, or even the Mamoswine. One of those three. If he does go into Blissey, oh yeah, he goes into Sableye. Does he not know that Prankster does not work against Dark types? I think he has to know it, so he might go for the knockoff right here, and I do not want to lose my item on Umbreon, because my Umbreon needs to be a pivot. Needs to be a pivot for the Nidoking, so leftovers is very crucial. If Umbreon wasn't that important, I would have stayed in and went for Toxic, but he goes for the Taunt. Okay, maybe he predicted my Clefable to come in, but yeah, I'm gonna go for the Moonblast. If he does go Nidoking, it will still get some damage off on him, which will help for my Mamoswine. Or he just goes into his Blissey, because maybe he doesn't really know how to beat the Clefable, so he just goes into Blissey knowing that my Clefable cannot beat his Blissey. Because I don't see any other play, because I don't think he should stay in. Will-O-Wisp does not do anything, but he could try to knock off my leftovers. But I don't think it really helps him. Knocking off my item. But let's see what he does. He goes into Mamoswine, so Mamoswine will take a lot of damage from the Moonblast. And now I'm just gonna go for Moonblast again, because I'm pretty sure he wants to get up the Stealth Rocks. And if he attacks me, he might even die. If I get a good roll. No, he does go for the Stealth Rocks. And now, I think I'm just gonna go for the healing move right here. Could go for Moonblast, but if he attacks me, then Clefable is a bit chipped. And if he switches out, Clefable is still at full HP, which means I can always switch it in against the Mamoswine. And if it's a Jolly Mamoswine, I can still heal up after his attack. And Clefable has Magic Guard, so he doesn't care about the Stealth Rocks. So that is basically why I'm going for the healing move right now. Even though he might switch out. Okay, he does go into Blissey. And I can actually use this opportunity to go into my Mamoswine. I don't think he's gonna go for a attack, honestly. Because it does not really do anything against Clefable, but he might predict me to switch out. and go for Toxic. But even if he goes for Toxic, I think I'm still gonna go into my Mamoswine, because I can always Aromatherapy the poison away with my Clefable later. I think getting up those Stealth Rocks is really important for me. Because his Magnezone is also on an Air Balloon, so I do still need some chip damage off on it. Because potentially my own Magnezone has to beat it. So it would help if I can get some chip damage off. But yeah, he does go for the Toxic, and now I'm gonna go for the Stealth Rocks. I think he should maybe go for Seismic Dose, predicting me to go for Stealth Rocks. Or he should just go hard into Mamoswine, because if he doesn't go into Mamoswine, Mamoswine will die the next time it comes into Stealth Rocks. And his only potential defogger could be his Scizor, but Scizor is pressured by my Magnezone, so he can never really defog. At least I will not allow him to defog if he will try it with Scizor. Yeah, I really want those Stealth Rocks up, because it also chips the Nidoking. That way I can always use my Umbreon as a pivot for the Nidoking, because Nidoking will always lose health to Stealth Rocks. So he does switch into his Mamoswine, and now his Mamoswine is kind of forced to press Ice Shard. Because if he switches out, Mamoswine will die, and if he goes for any attacking move while I'll go for Ice Shard, he will also die. So I'm for 90% sure that he will go for the Ice Shard. So going into Clefable is probably my best play. And Ice Shard won't do too much to my Clefable. And even if he goes for Earthquake, if he is a Jolly Mamoswine, then my Clefable will be able to heal on the next turn. So he does stay in, and he goes for Ice Shard. Perfect. Oh wait, he actually gets a crit. I don't know if that matters. It might matter, because he got some chip on my Clefable, because now he will definitely attack. If I were him, I would probably press Icicle Crash as he goes for Earthquake. And the reason he should have pressed Icicle Crash was right here. Now I get to use my healing move. If he went for Icicle Crash, he could have potentially flinched me, which means Clefable would have been easier to kill. Now Clefable is pretty healthy again, and I don't see how he's gonna beat the Clefable and Umbreon core, because Nidoking cannot beat my Clefable, because Umbreon is alive, and Umbreon can always pivot in to the Nidoking. And his Blissey cannot beat my Umbreon, because my Clefable is alive and he can always Aromatherapy. So I have a lead now, so I hope I can play this out. But yeah, the game is definitely not won yet. Okay, let's go for Sludge Wave. And I'm just gonna go for the Wish. Sludge Wave should not kill me from here. He might go for Sludge Wave again, hoping for a crit. And if he doesn't crit me, I will protect. But he might also switch out, knowing that he cannot knock me out without a crit. This will definitely be in his might, as he does go for Sludge Wave. It doesn't crit me. And now I get to Wish. I'm pretty sure he's gonna switch out, but I do not want to risk it. Because I don't lose anything by going for Protect. Because the worst thing he can do is go into Scizor, but I can't switch him to my Gyarados if he switches into Scizor right now. And I think he should switch into Scizor. But Scizor has to U-turn. Yeah. As long as my Umbreon and my Clefable are alive, he cannot break my team. But who knows, maybe he has something in the bag. His Scissor at least won't be able to Swords Dance sweep me because of my Magnezone. But his Magnezone is still on an air balloon, so I need to find a way to get around that. But yeah, if my Umbreon stays healthy, I can potentially pop the air balloon with my Umbreon. Yeah, he does go into his Blissey. I think I'm just gonna wish again. I don't really see a drawback here. He might go for Toxic Air, but I can Aromatherapy the poison away with my Clefable. So I'm really curious to see what he does now. Seismic Dose doesn't do anything because I can heal after. So he does go for the poison. Actually, I think I can just go for Pursuit because my Umbreon will heal anyway, and I think he's going to switch out. And getting that extra damage off will help my Mamoswine to kill it, because he can press Icicle Crash and Blissey cannot switch into the Icicle Crash because he will die to the second Earthquake that is coming. And a +1 Waterfall from Gyarados will also be a guaranteed kill after the pursuit damage. A guaranteed 2-hit KO. I also get the crit, so that will also help me breaking the Blissey as he goes into his Scissor. I cannot bring in my own Scissor because I know for 99% that he will go for the U-turn right here. The only thing that can kind of take it beside my Scissor is probably the Gyarados. Could go into my Clefable too. But if he goes for SD, then that could be a problem. I think going for Gyarados is probably the best play. Because if he goes for SD, my Clefable is dead and then my team has a problem. Because then he can still outplay me with the U-turn on the incoming Magnezone. And if I go for Gyarados, the U-turn won't do too much with -1. And if he Swords Dances, he will only be at +1, which will not do a lot to my Gyarados. And yeah, if I go Scissor on his U-turn, then he will trap me with his Magnezone. So I think Gyarados is the play that I should make. Drop a comment down below to let me know if you agree. But yeah, he does go for the Swords Dance. And like I said, a +1 Scissor won't do too much for me, so I can just go for the Waterfall right here. If he switches out, something will take a lot of damage. And if he decides to U-turn, Scissor will take a lot of damage. I think he should U-turn if he stays in. Or he should just hard switch into his Sableye. That's my take on it. Let's see what happens. If he stays in, I can also potentially flinch him, which will be huge for me. I don't think he should Swords Dance again. And even at +3, he will not kill my Gyarados. And if he goes for another Swords Dance, he has to press Bullet Punch because he will die to the next Waterfall. So I basically do not see any drawbacks from going for the Waterfall. Not sure what he should do right now, but yeah, he does stay in. And let's see. I do get the flinch. So now I can press Waterfall again. And I think he should either sack the Scissor or bring in the Sableye right there, because Sableye should be able to live 2 waterfalls after Leftover's recovery from the HP he is at. I know Stealth Rocks are up, but I think Sableye should be able to live it. And if it has to be a physical defensive Sableye then. Because if it's especially defensive Sableye, then this might actually kill a 2-hit KO. So let's see. Is it full HP? Goes for Waterfall. And I think that's a physical defensive Sableye. So now I'm just gonna go into Clefable, because I do not want to get my Gyarados. I do not want my Gyarados getting burned. Even though I have Clefable who can, cure the burn, there's always a chance that my Clefable can't get the aromatherapy off. So by me going into Clefable, he's kind of forced to switch out, because I already know he is a physically defensive Sableye because he took my attack that well. Because I'm still a max attack Gyarados, even though I have a jolly nature. Anyway, he does go for the knockoff, and I think he should be fearing the Moonblast, so I'm just gonna go for the aromatherapy. He might go for the taunt, but I really want to cure my Umbreon from the poison. Because if he goes Blissey now, or if he taunts now, I will Moonblast, and if he goes Blissey, I will pivot into my Scissor, because I'm pretty sure he doesn't press Flamethrower on my Clefable. Okay, he does go for the taunt, so I'm just gonna press Moonblast. If he goes Nidoking will take a lot of damage with the combination of Stealth Rocks and Moonblast. But his most likely switch is Blissey, because my Clefable cannot really touch the Blissey, but Blissey can also not touch my Clefable. I'm really curious to see what he will do now. Most players would now switch into Blissey, because they do not know how to deal with this. But let's see what he does. He does go into Blissey. And because I'm still taunted, I can wait out the taunt, but I can also make it faster. Waiting out the taunt is also not bad. But if I go Scissor now, I'm pretty sure he doesn't go for Flamethrower right now. He's either going for Toxic or for the healing move. As he goes for the healing move, and now I can U-turn and I can safely go into 199. Okay, I can safely go into my Clefable. And now I can press Aromatherapy. Wait, he has counter? Oh god. Are you fucking kidding me? Cause that is actually really huge for him. Because my Mammothswine and Umbreon are poisoned, and now I have no way to cure that status condition. Oh god. I think I have to press taunt here and try something with my Gyarados. Because if Gyarados gets up on Dragon Dance, guess he can do a lot against his team, because he will outspeed Nidoking. He might also switch straight into his Sableye, And then Sableye won't be able to Will-O-Wisp or to knock off, to recover. And if he stays in, he showed counter, so he might not have Seismic Toes. Because I know he does run Flamethrower a lot of times to deal with Blissey. Lucifer does it a lot of times. Because he always plays Blissey, so... And his Blissey has showed Toxic, he showed counter. And he showed the healing move. So his last move might not even be Seismic Toes, but Flamethrower. Might be Flamethrower. And if that's the case, then my Gyarados can potentially win when the right conditions are met. So he does go into a Sableye. And now I can try to get up a Dragon Dance. Then Gyarados can do something against his team. Oh wait, he still has the Magnezone. And Magnezone is still on an air balloon. Because if it goes into Magnezone right now, I cannot kill it. A +1 Waterfall from Gyarados is not enough to kill Magnezone, even if Magnezone doesn't have any HP EVs. And because he is on an air balloon, I cannot press Earthquake. Fuck, I completely forgot about the Magnezone, man. I really hope he doesn't go into it. Because if he goes into Magnezone now, I'm even further behind. Yeah, that counterplay was really huge. Cause 1 second I was ahead and the other second I was behind. As he does go into his Magnezone. I cannot go into my Umbreon because I needed Healthy to be a pivot against his Nidoking. So I'm just gonna go into my own Magnezone as he still resists the attack. And he isn't Choice Specs, so I should be able to take it to a decent amount as he crits me. Oh, that is so bad for me because I need my Magnezone. Ah, shit. That crit is really annoying. Okay, I think he's going into Nidoking, so I really have to make some plays right now, or I lose. Because if I play it slowly now, I will eventually lose. I have to make some things happen. So I think he's going for the Earth Power. So if I go into Gyarados, then I can scout. Basically, I need to know if he has Thunderbolt, then I can win. If he doesn't have Thunderbolt, I can win with Gyarados. But I also need his Nidoking to be Ice Beam, so because I have to go into Gyarados first, and if he has Thunderbolt, he has to use it right now. He has to use it right now. And if he goes for Sludge Wave, then I have to hope he doesn't have Flamethrower, because then I can press U-turn. Guys, from the HP my Scizor is currently at, he should not die to Earth Power. So my win really relies on the set of this Nidoking. If it's Ice Beam Sucker Punch, then I can win. If it's Flamethrower, then I will probably lose. But yeah, let's see. Does he go for Sludge Wave? He does go for Sludge Wave. Okay, nice, nice. We have a chance. Now I need to hope that he doesn't have Flamethrower. He might, if he doesn't have Flamethrower, he will probably switch into his Magnezone, predicting me to go for Bullet Punch, trying to chip this Nidoking. And if he does go Magnezone, I will pop the balloon, which will allow my Mamoswine to get a kill. But yeah, that's really... I can really only pull it off if the right conditions are met. So it really has to play out in the way I just told you guys. But yeah, these are the kind of games I live for, man. I swear. When I have to pull everything out of my ass to get the win. Come on. Show the switch into Magnezone, please. Show the switch into Magnezone. He should know that I can live an Earth Power from here. And if I either take out the Nidoking or pop the balloon from Magnezone. Yes! It does go Magnezone! So we pop his balloon and now we can go into our Mamoswine. So definitely a huge turn for us. Because he has to sack something now. Magnezone is not low enough for my Magnezone to kill it with Hidden Power Fire. But Magnezone can definitely claim a kill right here. The reason I didn't go into my Gyarados is because his Sableye can still switch in and Will-O-Wisp or recover. And his Sableye cannot switch into my Mamoswine. He can switch in, but he will die. Okay, he does bring in Sableye. And after Stealth Rocks, it's definitely a KO. So Sableye goes down. And now there is room for my Gyarados to put in a lot of work because my Mamoswine broke the Sableye wall that was in the way of my Gyarados. And also the balloon was also popped, so Gyarados can really do a lot of work right now. Okay, I think now is the moment I bring in my Magnezone. Because Scissors either going for Roost, Swords Dance / Defog. He already showed Swords Dance, but he could run Defog over Roost. Or he's going for Bullet Punch, trying to get the Mamoswine kill. There's no way he's gonna press U-turn here. There's no way he's gonna press U-turn here. I refuse to believe that he is going to press U-turn. So I think it's really the time to bring in Magnezone. And if he does go for Bullet Punch or Roost, then his whole lead is gone. See, he goes for Bullet Punch, and now we're completely back into the game. And I think his Blissey doesn't have Seismic Toes, so he might run Flamethrower over Seismic Toes. And that means his Blissey can also not kill my Gyarados. So I think I have to go with that in mind, that his Gyarados has Flamethrower over Seismic Toes. I have to play with that in mind. Yeah, and if he has D-Bolt or Seismic Toes, he might win the game. But yeah, we take out the Scissor. And I think I'm going into Umbreon right here. Because Nidoking cannot come in now. His Magnezone cannot come in, so only his Blissey can come in. And this will allow me to pass the Wish to my Gyarados. Yeah. And because he showed that he has counter, he might not have Seismic Toes, so he might think that I'm either going to go for the poison, for the toxic right here, trying to stall the Blissey a bit, or he predicts me to Wish pass to either Mamoswine or Gyarados. But yeah, if anything, he's probably going for the healing move first. And that's why the crit kinda helped me. The crit pursuit earlier. I think he's going for the healing move first, because it's a safety net. So I can definitely get off my wish here. And for me, it's probably the best play to wish pass to the Gyarados, because he might predict me to wish pass to my Mamoswine, which could also be a big play for me. Because he does go for the healing move, and now I'm gonna wish pass into my Gyarados. There are a lot of things on his mind probably right now, because if I go into Mamoswine, he cannot press Toxic. If I go Gyarados, if he doesn't press Toxic now, I win. I can win. Okay, he switches into Nidoking, so he might predicted my Toxic, or he might predicted my Mamoswine to come out, maybe. Because Ice Shot would not kill from there, so that could also be on his mind. But yeah, now I'm still not sure if he has T-Bolt. He didn't use it last time, but I can sack my Magnezone now. And if he goes for T-Bolt, he has to do it now. If he goes for Sludge Wave, now, that means he really doesn't have it. But Sludge Wave will not kill me. Okay, he does switch out and he goes into Magnezone. Okay, so now we know for a fact that his Nidoking doesn't have Thunderbolt. And yeah, my Magnezone is faster. I'm timid 30 IVs into speed with Hidden Power Fire. So unless you're 31, you can never outspeed me. Or you have to win the speed tie, being as fast as me. But his Magnezone might also be Mother's Nature, who knows. But yeah, we take out the Magnezone. And now Nidoking will most likely come in. Okay, Nidoking does come in. And now I'm just gonna sack my Magnezone. Magnezone is not gonna beat Blissey, and it's not gonna beat Nidoking, so there's no reason to let it stick around. And now I can go into my Gyarados. I think let's go Scissor first. I wanna see if he has Flamethrower. That's basically it. And I might even live the Earth Power if he goes for it. Never mind, he just knocks me out, okay? Yeah, I didn't really put a lot of effort into my Scissor because the IVs are really bad. But yeah, I'm pretty sure he doesn't have Thunderbolt, because he would have used it before if he had it. So I'm just gonna go for the Waterfall. Some people go for the Dragon Dance, because I know I can live a Sludge Wave. But the reason I'm not going for Dragon Dance is because he might pack Sucker Punch. He hasn't used it yet this game, but he did use it in the previous games I played him, and in the previous games I watched on stream. So that's why I'm going for Waterfall. But usually if you can live a hit with Gyarados before you die, before you get knocked out, you go for Dragon Dance, but in this case not. But yeah, now I'm just gonna press Taunt. And yeah, if he has Seismic Toes, he can win here, but basically if he has Seismic Toes, I have to go into my Umbreon first, press Poison, try to get some Poison turns, and then knock it out with Earthquake. That would basically be my play if he has Seismic Toes. But there's a high chance he has Flamethrower right here. And if he has Flamethrower, then my Gyarados can beat it. So let's go for Taunt as he goes for Flamethrower. So we know his moveset. And with that moveset, he cannot really 1v1 my Gyarados, even with the amount of health I'm currently at. So I'm just gonna go for the Dragon Dance. And I'm not gonna spam Dragon Dance, I'm gonna go for the Waterfall straight away. Because look at my HP. If he crit burns my Gyarados here on my Dragon Dance, then I lose the game. Might lose the game. As he actually forfeits, so he doesn't even go for it. So we won the game against Lucifer, and now we're up in the final. Yo, welcome to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed that battle, cause I really liked playing against Lucifer. I know when I play him, there are always a lot of mind games in play. And yeah, if one player ever messes up, the other will always take advantage of that. So Lucifer, definitely a good player, watch out for him. And yeah, if you like these kind of tournaments and want to participate in them, I will leave a Discord link down below where you can find a schedule. The person that hosts these tournaments, NH Raven, you probably heard of him. He hosts these tournaments and he's also a really cool guy. The tournaments are also free to enter, so definitely check it out. But yeah, that was basically the game. Let's go to the final, and to go to the final, click the video right there. And yeah, peace out and good luck with training your Pokemon.